If you're a rail trail user, it is an exciting time to be in Michigan. Michigan's rail trail system, more than 1,300 miles and 20 years in the making, is entering a new phase. Plans are now being developed to link these individual trails together. This interlinked network will mean anyone can experience most areas of the state from the rail trails. Not familiar with rail trails?
The idea of a rail trail you can think about as a brownfield turned into a greenfield. What we have are places that industry abandoned because they no longer serve their purpose, and today they're tremendous because they allow people to again enjoy the outdoors in a safe environment in a family-friendly place.
A rail trail is often an abandoned corridor that the railroad no longer needs and is possibly open for public purchase to allow for public transportation.
We want to have a continuous loop around the whole county connecting all these major trails. We have 8 of them at this point, and as a visionary in the future, I'd like to see all of those connected.
We are looking a lot more closely at trying to identify clusters of job centers and see how the trail network could service potential commutes for local residents to the jobs that they are driving to every day.
We have 1,319 miles of rail trail, but when you consider the extensions with all of the existing trails and parks and along roads and utility corridors and drainage easements, all the connectors there are, we have well over 2,000 miles connecting every region of the state.
So they can look out and see farms, communities, waterways. They can interact with nature, listen to the birds, see the wildlife, meet new people on a regular basis who are doing things like they're doing. Walking, running, hiking, jogging, bicycling, inline skating, and they're a great place to get together. So we've taken what was a loss and turned it into a gain.
And the more that we get them connected, the more uses there are. And the more people get out on them and the more places there are to hop on a trail, the more people that actually use them.
Well, of course, we didn't have trails in the beginning. We had 2 railroads that intersected in downtown Reed City, and when those trails were removed, we had some people in town who were very interested in the concept of rails to trails, and they were instrumental in kind of awakening the state to that opportunity. And when the rails to trails, the state acquired the right-of-way, we were one of the first locations that obtained funds to pave part of the trail, and we called it the Crossroads Trail. We're trying to develop the area downtown where the 2 trails intersect as our crossroads, and that's what we're promoting. Somebody comes to Reed City, they can go any 4 directions, north, south, east, and west out of here and come back.
Well, the Kent County Parks has been doing trails now for nearly 20 years, and Kent Trails, where we're standing right now, is actually a combination of abandoned rail corridor that was purchased, utility corridor, and about 2 miles of easement. So we originally were linking 3 county parks, and now we have a 4th one, which is Millennium Park. I think originally we just started out thinking it would be something different recreationally for the community without really understanding how it would be embraced by the community. And you know, at this point, Kent Trails and the other trails and system in Kent County has just been fully embraced by the community.
Yeah, the Paint Creek Trail's been around since the 80s, and it's a great trail. I mean, number one of the heaviest used trails in the whole state of Michigan. It's unique because, yeah, you deal with 4 different communities and different governments in it, and with the Trailways Commission is a intergovernment agreement that manages the trail. So that's unique. So local parks directors like myself have to work with the Trailways Commission in maintaining their section of the trail. So that's kind of unique, but it's a great opportunity for to have a recreational facility that people can access so easily from their backyard. People want parks and recreation in their neighborhoods and their backyards, and a trail provides that.
In Traverse City, we have the Tart Trail system, which is a system of 4 different trails: the Leelanau Trail, the Tart Trail, the Vasa Pathway, and then the newly formed Boardman Lake Trail. It's a system of about 55 miles of pathways that are used both for recreation and transportation in the Traverse City general area. I think one of the things that is unique that we found out is that the way the TART Trail is integrated into the community, a lot of people use the TART Trail for regular trips, sort of transportation trips, to go from their home to business, or from their home to shopping, and from their home to other people's homes to visits. Quite a few of the trips were found to not be just fitness and recreation, but also transportation. Actually, one thing that we've done is we've connected, there used to be a fairly dangerous section of state highway that connected the Leelanau Trail and the TART Trail that sort of links some of the suburban areas into downtown Traverse City. That trail link, I think, has really allowed a lot more people that live out in that area, for example, to bike downtown Traverse City, keep their car at home, not only get exercise, but get into town.
Trails are one of those outstanding threads that link us to many parts of our world. They can link us to our neighbors' businesses, to neighboring communities, to the environment, to activities, to physical health, literally to getting in shape.
Well, I like the exercise. It's more than just riding. When I ride on the street, I don't get as much of a workout as far as my whole body workout. So when I'm on the trails, I get to work my arms, my legs, and everything. Also, it's more interesting in the trail than just the streets.
It's great exercise. You know, a lot of times you have to go to the gyms, and you know, it's packed and a lot of people are out there. You don't get to do everything that you want to do because everybody's scrambling to get to the gym after work. So you come out to the trails and it's just you and nature, so you get good exercise out here by yourself.
Been pretty significant in terms of park development. Ken Trails is the only project that I've ever received a call on and somebody said thank you for spending my tax dollars that way.
Earth, the final frontier. A planet where recreational travel destinations are unlimited, but your budget and time isn't. You need to find a place to get away from it all. Today, with gasoline prices soaring, that place needs to be close and inexpensive. Well, may we suggest a place right here in Michigan? Yes, southeastern Michigan. A place where you can enjoy outdoor activities within an hour's drive. Even better, one low-priced pass gives you unlimited access all year round. Welcome to the Holly Recreation Area. Please sit back as we fly through the map into our own airport. Airport? Well, we'll get to that a little bit later. In Michigan, we have a saying of going up north that often conjures up childhood memories of camping, lakes, beaches, fishing, wildlife, biking, and hiking in the woods on a crisp autumn day. Then, there's an assortment of winter activities. The worst part of those memories was the long car ride just to get us there. Now, it's also close to home. Located between Pontiac and Flint, along the I-75 corridor, Holly Recreation Area offers nearly 8,000 acres of northern Oakland County's best-kept secret. After landing, please allow the friends of Holly Recreation Area to take you on a 4-season tour of the sights and sounds of our adopted state park. Let's start with spring at the park. As spring begins, the many natural plants in the park begin to break ground looking for that warming sun. Michigan's state flower, the trillium, begins to appear as one, then two, and soon the entire woods is filled. The Holly Recreation Area offers performing groups and artists an area to gather as well as an opportunity to put on public showings or demonstrations. In recent years, group actors have reenacted a U.S. Civil War battle. Now we'd like to share some previous year highlights, along with the original music created by Paul Groves. as spring moves on, Earth Day finds a number of other groups such as Hiking Michigan, Michigan Nature Association, Sierra Club, and even mushroom hunting clubs taking advantage of what the earth and the park have to offer. Earth Day also marks the annual park cleanup. Several groups of volunteer Boy Scouts from all over the metro region, along with the Friends of Holly, assist in the annual event. The hard work of these volunteers is rewarded with a pizza lunch with all the trimmings and the rest of the day to relax. Summer is the most popular time at the park, and the best way to view it is from the air. Oh yeah, about that airport I mentioned earlier. Well, here it is. Not what you expected. Well, anyhow, it's maintained by the Holly Cloudhoppers Radio-Controlled Flying Club. They have an annual air show in the summer with flying demonstrations of various radio-controlled aircraft. Our good friend Mr. Kurt Kostich took his real airplane with camera in hand and provides us with some of the great shots over the park. From up here, you can view several lakes and ponds within the park boundaries that range in size from tiny to over 170 acres. Heron Lake, which we are now flying over, is one of the larger lakes and has a well-maintained beach, designated swimming areas, and a beach house. We'll take a closer look at the beach in a moment. General boating, sailing, canoeing, and kayaking are favorite activities on the lakes. If you don't own your own boat, you can rent one near Heron Beach. If you care to do a little fishing during your stay, expect to find species like largemouth bass, bluegill, crappie, sunfish, perch, walleye, northern pike, and an occasional tiger muskie, depending on the lake. Holly Recreation offers many opportunities for two-wheeled adventures. Both road and mountain biking enthusiasts will enjoy the many paved or gravel roads throughout the park. Or they can take the 6-mile wilderness trail that allows them to see nature at its finest. Located at the Holdridge Lakes area, ranges in terrain from easy to advanced. Cyclists come from all over southeast Michigan and Ohio to experience these challenging trails. The beach at Heron Lake is maintained by the park and has a changing area, along with a park store offering food, cold drinks, snacks, and all your beachside needs. The area provides handicap access. Sidewalks and grassy areas leading to the beach are lined with picnic tables, grills, and 35 sunset maple trees purchased and planted by the Friends of Holly Recreation Area after obtaining matching funds through a grant.